Right, everybody, welcome back to Morning Coffee Talks. Cheers. Sipping on my H2O this morning. Hope you guys are having a good Monday morning. Hopefully you're getting up, delaying that gratification, and giving thanks, right? That's how we start our day. This morning, guys, we're going to talk about anger, all right? My brother Jose asked me to speak on it, speak on anger and how to deal with, stuff that comes up in day-to-day life, so we'll speak on that a little bit this morning, guys. First off, I want to say, as it says in the Bible, be angry, but do not sin, all right? Some people say, why you get angry? Hey, it's okay to be angry. It's a human emotion to be angry. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody gets angry, so don't let anybody fool you and act like they don't ever get angry. That's insane. Even Jesus got angry, right? In the temple when he flipped when they were in there selling and gambling and all that stuff, right? Even Jesus got angry, so don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't get angry and it's not okay to be angry. First off, I would say sometimes anger is good because it leads to change. It lets you know, hey, something ain't right here. Or again, when we talk about purpose on here, right? You get angry and you see something that needs to change in the world. Hey, I'm going to do something about that. I'm going to be the one. I'm going to answer the call. So anger is a good emotion in some ways. Most people say it's a negative emotion. In some ways, it can be a good emotion. I'm not saying it is good to be angry, but anger can lead to change in some ways, good change a lot of times, right? Again, be angry, but do not sin, right? There's ways to go about the anger. But we'll talk about a little bit how to deal with anger. First off, anger is inside you. When you say, I am angry, you are not angry. You can say, I have anger in me, right? Just like depression. You aren't depression. You might be feeling depressed, right? There goes them feelings again. Sometimes F how you feel, you know what I'm saying? But anyway. So we get angry. A lot of times we get angry, and honestly, I know for me anyway, I'll just speak on me. I'm not going to speak on everybody else. I can't say for sure, but I'm assuming we're all alike. We're all human, so we all probably have the same thing. I get angry most of the time when I am not in control. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I'm in not control, when I'm not, I think I'm God is basically what it comes down to, right? I want to control everything. So when I'm not in control, when my kids aren't doing what I'm asking them, when they're not doing what I want them to do, when my kids on my team, right? Anybody who I'm talking to, when they're not doing what I want them to do, I get angry because I'm not in control. I want to be in control. And that comes down to the only thing that we have control over is how we react to a situation, right? Really through the grace of God, because sometimes that seems impossible itself. But anger, we all get angry, man. So I wouldn't trip about it, right? But a lot of times the anger that we're feeling is because we're not in control of the situation, especially for myself, right? If I'm not in control, which I'm never in control, right? I'm not God, so that's part of figuring that out, right? So we got to figure that out. I don't know how, but a lot of it's attachments too. We get angry because we're attached to something. If I don't have this, right? If I don't have this much money, I'm not going to feel good. If I don't have this good looking person, right, to be your partner or whatever, I'm going to be upset, right? All these things. So a lot of it's attachments, right? If you don't get the house you want, you don't get the job you want, you get angry. Well, none of that, does it really matter in this grand scheme of things? We're talking about here on a materialistic level, I guess, but we're talking about spiritually right now, right? And stuff like that, and anger and stuff. So just a little bit to take into consideration. Let me see what else I put here. But it's basically your choice, right? Anger is your choice, right? That's what I believe. Most of the time it's your choice. So you get to choose. Do you want to be angry or don't you, right? How are you going to tell your story, as we say on here? So whatever's going on, you can tell the bright side of things, you can tell the negative side of things. So all this comes into play. And a lot of times, and how I work on my anger or try to help out with my anger, meditate, try and let stuff go, right? Not take everything so personal, my ego. So these are all reasons that we get angry. There's probably many more reasons. I'm not going to act like I'm special. Like I say, I'm not special on here. These are just things that I've researched and that I've came up with. But really, you have to look in yourself. Figure out, you got to really take a look at yourself. And when you get angry, ask yourself, why am I angry? Is it a good reason to be angry? How can I change it, right? Because maybe you're angry so you can come up with a solution to the daggone problems that are happening in the world, right? A lot of this stuff gets me angry on here, talking about this men's accountability, stuff like that. Stuff gets me angry. A lot of stuff that I never knew, that no one ever told me, that gets me angry. but that makes me want to do something about it. It doesn't make me want to attack someone personally. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it all depends on how we use anger. But again, life is going to happen. Bad shit's going to happen every single day. Things that we don't want to happen. People are going to talk to us ways we don't want them to talk to us. Right? Treat us ways we don't want to be treated. But we also have to remember that we're not perfect, and I treat people the same way, right? So, but we got to look at ourselves. And when we're angry, you got to look at yourself. You got to like take a step back if you can. I know it's sometimes impossible. It feels impossible. I get it, dude. Me too. But we got to try to step back and ask yourself, why am I angry? Why am I feeling this? And that's being in tune with your body and knowing, trying to know beforehand, like, you know, triggers as they call them, like things that are going to make you mad. But I would ask yourself, why am I mad? Try to ask yourself, you know, if possible, why am I mad? Step back and look at it, right? And try to take your ego out of it. Just take yourself out of it and look at it from maybe someone else's perspective, right? Like, because there's plenty of times where I see people get mad and I'm like, look at this, you know, son of a bitch, all mad over nothing, right? When I do the same thing on something totally different and someone else is going to say the same thing about me. But we all have this in us. Now, I don't even know if I'm making sense, man. I don't know if this is going to help any of you guys out or not at all. But that's just my take on it. But look, life is going to happen. Storms are going to come. And not only that, we are going to make mistakes. And I do it too. I fail every day. I get angry and I say things and hurtful things to people. Fail, and fail. But we get up and we try again. But that's where the meditation comes in, prayer, right? Asking God for the grace, right? And asking God, you know, to do his will and not mine, and take my ego out of it, all these things. And the meditation is very key to this. The mindfulness meditation, letting stuff go, letting it go. You know, when it comes to my mind, just trying to let it go, like I talked about with the meditation video on here. So that's something I do to try to help me with my anger. A lot of times, biting my tongue and not saying nothing helps. You know, there's plenty of times where I want to say something, and that's like a win in my book. When I want to say something and I don't, and I'm like, oh, like I made it through that. Like, that's even a win, man. Like, but it just comes down to, man, basically be angry, but do not sin. It's okay to be angry. We're all going to get angry. People act like on here, especially like on these workouts, if you guys watch my workouts on here and stuff, you know, I got a lot of haters, and sometimes I let them get to me and I get angry. And everybody's like, oh, you're angry, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I am angry. You're sitting here running your mouth about me. And again, that's my choice. I'm letting that affect me. And the only one that's being hurt by that when we're angry like that and we're feeling that in ourselves is us. We're only hurting our body. We're only hurting our soul, right? So you're only hurting yourself when you're angry. So, and then you're going to, in turn, when you're feeling that way, what are you going to do? What do I do most of the time? I hurt the ones I care about most. I'm mean and negative and nasty to the ones that I love most. So that's what it comes down to most of the time when I'm angry. All right. But I think that's all I got for this morning, guys. I will have another morning coffee talk tomorrow. We are going to be talking about the hero's journey. So we'll be speaking on that a little bit tomorrow morning. The hero's journey, how it's involved, and basically every story ever told. And we are basically all going through a hero's journey. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow morning. But I hope you guys have a great day today. I think this afternoon I'm going to post a video of a couple people asked me like my stretching and stuff like that. I don't really stretch, but I am going to show you guys a little bit of my warm-up. Like basically I do a little 4 or 5 minute warm-up before I get started on my burpees every morning and every afternoon. So I'll show you guys that this afternoon, so be ready for a little video on that. And we will be back live again tonight at 7:30 p.m. for the second live workout, guys. But I appreciate you all. I love you all, man. Now let's go out there. Remember, delay that gratification. Give thanks to God. And all we need to do is follow Jesus, right? Try to live like Jesus, but progress, not perfection. We're all sinners. We are not ever going to be perfect, guys. So get over that shit. It's okay. All right? I'm not going to say you're good the way you are. I was going to say that. That's not true, because you could be so much better. Just like me. Am I perfect the way I am? Absolutely not. I could be so much better. And that's what this is about. Putting in the daggone work every day and trying to be better than we were yesterday and trying to grow. Right? So accept the challenge, man. Step up. Be the leader, protector, and provider that your family and your community, and above all, that God needs. You are that. You are the answer down here on earth. Don't forget it. and you are worthy. So let's get up, let's get after it, and let's go get you some, baby. All right, guys, cheers. Hope you guys have a great day. Have a good one, guys. Peace.